Is bandwidth shared in GPON networks? Have you ever wondered how multiple homes can connect to the internet using just one fiber optic line? Today, we are answering the question, is bandwidth shared in Gigabit Passive Optical networks? Yes, it is. In a Gigabit Passive Optical Network, bandwidth is indeed shared among several users. This system uses a point-to-multipoint fiber optic structure. Essentially, one optical fiber from the service provider gets split by passive optical splitters to serve many homes or businesses. This means that the total available bandwidth on that fiber is shared among all users connected to it. Now, let's break it down a bit more. The optical line terminal, which is located at the provider's central office, is responsible for managing how bandwidth is allocated. It employs a method called Dynamic Bandwidth Allocation to assign upstream bandwidth to optical network units or optical network terminals at the user's location. Since multiple optical network units share the same fiber, the optical line terminal schedules upstream transmissions in time slots. This is done using time division multiple access to prevent collisions and ensure that everyone gets a fair share of the bandwidth. When it comes to downstream data, it is broadcasted from the optical line terminal to all optical network units at the same time over a single wavelength. This makes it a naturally shared medium. For upstream transmissions, the optical line terminal controls and grants specific time intervals to each optical network unit. So while the bandwidth is shared, each user gets their own dedicated time slot for sending data upstream. Typically, Gigabit Passive Optical Network bandwidth capacities are around 2.5 gigabits per second for downstream and 1.25 gigabits per second for upstream. This bandwidth is divided among users connected to the same optical splitter. Depending on the splitter ratio, the number of users sharing this bandwidth can reach up to 64 or even more. This shared nature of Gigabit Passive Optical Networks makes them cost-effective and efficient for fiber-to-the-home deployments. It balances high bandwidth availability with savings on infrastructure. In summary, Gigabit Passive Optical Networks do share bandwidth among multiple users. They utilize passive optical splitters and dynamic scheduling to allocate both upstream and downstream capacity efficiently. This allows many homes or businesses to benefit from a single fiber optic connection without interference.